Texas S. What's up? Doing pretty good there, George. I'm on that solo mission today, but I heard that, brother. I would like to catch something too. The river is up super high right now, though. Lure boys. Nobody, or yeah, I've had some bites, but I mean, they haven't even bait robbed me, so weak bites. What do you know about that? Little tick just found on my leg. See that little guy? Worst nightmare. Put the phone down quick. Ah, damn ticks. They love to be on. Them ticks love me, and I got something in the blood. J. Dubba, Illinois, what it do? But the fishing's pretty nice out there if you're close to the Mississippi. Yeah, river's super high right now. Normally there's a bank I like to fish right here, a little sand beach, all underwater. Really? Are you fishing near any dams on the Mississippi, or are you just kind of fishing some open water? Jeez, yeah. So I'm fishing the Missouri River right now, so all those panfish you're never really gonna run into out here on the big river. Maybe on a feeder creek that feeds into, but to find bass or bluegill, crappie, anything like that on the open river like this is just, it's really hard to target them. What kind of sturgeon do you catch out there? We normally catch a lot of shovel nose here. Check this out, little duck riding this log. It's hard to see the duck, there he is. He's riding the log. Oh, old Drake, old mallard. Dang, man. Yeah, it's a real tough bite. Well, I'd say where I'm fishing right now is a pretty tough bite, but one of my friends was fishing south on a river that feeds into the Missouri and caught a 32-pound blue cat this morning off of a bluegill cut bait. Yeah, I've still yet to catch a blue cat out of the Missouri River here. Only ever caught channels and flathead. Yeah, same. So the water's supposedly receding right now, but it's supposed to storm tomorrow night, so it's probably gonna come back up, and I believe there's some rain in the forecast this week, so it'll probably stay up. So the river fishing is kind of not so great right now. There's a lake I like to fish that I used to fish it a long time ago, and then they did a kill off because there was so many invasive species, and then they restocked it. Now it's a pretty good lake to fish, so that's probably where we'll be fishing most this week in our free time. Yeah, so I'm on the furthest west side of Iowa. Where I'm at right now is, Iowa, Missouri River, aka the border, and that's Omaha right there. So I'm as far as west possible. I haven't really ventured out east to fish much. I went to Wisconsin once for a little salmon and trout fishing. Yeah, this spot right here is normally more of a gar spot than a known catfish spot, but I wouldn't mind catching a 40 plus inch gar tonight before I call it. Yeah, I'm hoping for some good fishing, man. Some late nights, hopefully. But when you're not catching much leading into the night, it's kind of discouraging to stay out late. I'd rather be at home and enjoy the AC. Hell yeah, fishing for life. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I don't blame you chilling for a minute. It'll probably take more than that before I get a dingle on one of these bells. So yeah, when I went when I was fishing actually on the Sheboygan River, right where it kind of actually don't know which direction, but a little up from where it feeds into the lake, and that was some real fun stuff for sure. Couldn't get them to eat on any artificials. I just had them eating only on egg sacs. Hey Bob, I mean, I'm just saying when it gets, to being 11 o'clock midnight and you're not catching no fish and it's still 80, 90 degrees out, it might be time to call it, go home and enjoy the AC I've been paying for. And I'll tell you what, brother, I didn't mow no 10 hours today, but I worked 6 hours at my tire shop. So, I mean, I don't know if that's comparable for you. Yeah, that Sheboygan, that was a pretty cool place. That was a good experience. I think next time I ever do a salmon or trout fishing trip, I'm going to try to actually venture a little further and go over to the Michigan side of the lake, fish some of those creeks, rivers. Yeah, the egg sack was all we could get. We threw a lot of different spinners and rooster tails, all kinds of little artificial, some crankbaits, and had some, bumps here and there, but no real commitments. We were also kind of at a weird part of the run. We were at the end of the Kings, and so there was some, a few browns moving in the river, but it was kind of a weird time. We should have been a week earlier probably. Nah, Bob, I haven't caught nothing tonight. And yeah, brother, down in Georgia, yeah, I don't blame you. It's probably a little bit more hot, humid down there than up here in Iowa. But don't get it fooled. All these crops around here produce quite a bit of humidity. There's times where the humidity levels are probably comparable. So actually, the price we paid, Jay, was $450 for an 8-hour trip, 2 people, believe it or not. So it was a local guide there in Sheboygan that took us out. We met him about 5:30 in the morning. Couldn't start fishing till 6, and yeah, we didn't get done till I want to say 3, 4 in the afternoon. Took a nice little break in the middle of the day on a sandbar, ate some lunch. And yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, so that's what it was. We were in, I think maybe the first week going into the second week of October last fall. Yeah, that was a sweet little time. If you're ever looking for a trip, the guide I use, his name's Bailey. It's Crazy for Chrome on Instagram. You might be able to look him up on Google as well, to be honest with you. I'm sure he's pretty official. He does charters in Sheboygan, in through the fall, through the winter, over in the Wisconsin Dells in the spring for bass and muskie. And then in this time of year, like the summer, he's up in Alaska doing fishing charters up there. So his was just an inflator raft with a flat bottom, and he didn't have a trolling motor or nothing. He paddled the whole way, and because there's some spots where there was some big rock shelves and stuff, so the water was pretty shallow. So I think even a trolling motor might get bumped and banged a little too much for a guy's liking, and that just also adds to the weight of the boat. So, but yeah, that raft was a sweet raft. I think there was a couple guide services there, and I'm sure they're all similar prices, but I'll tell you, the Crazy for Chrome, Captain Bailey, he was a good experience, man. He could provide you with all the gear and, bait you up and everything, or you can bring your own rod and reel and, he'll still provide the bait. Yeah. I mean, I get that bigger boat, more money, but like I said, it was $450 for 8 hours, so I believe it was well worth it, brother. I mean, especially because you can have 2 people, 3 people total, including the captain. So with that being said, if you had you and a buddy, $450, $225 a piece, that's cake, man. And I took my girlfriend with me, and I tell you what, man, she caught some of the biggest fish of her life, hardest fights of her life, and yeah, man. Yeah. The charters, the lake charter boats. Yeah, no, those look cool too. But I just really didn't feel like one going on a boat with more people than we. I wanted to kind of keep it personal with the group of people we were with, and two, I really didn't feel like trolling the lake. I was more looking forward to doing a lot more casting and reeling than single casting and bumping all day. I'm sure it's still good fun fishing, but I had limited time, so I was more, dedicated to they call it the river, but I would refer to it more of a creek when I'm looking at a river like this in front of me, But I'm going to put this down for a minute. I got to check this worm pole. Oh yeah, it was fun stuff, brother. Debating on maybe doing it again this fall, to be honest with you. Oh, for sure, brother. Yeah, so here in Iowa, you really only catch largemouth bass. And a lot of these public lakes, they have they're overstocked with just way too small a fish, and so it's really hard to get a good sized fish unless you're fishing some private waters and stuff like that, or if you got a boat and you're getting out there a little further. It's probably a good advantage too, I won't lie. I'm bank fishing bandit over here. But now, over here in Nebraska, on the other hand, they have some public lakes, and they have them stocked with, northern pike, smallmouth bass, perch. A lot of the fish you can catch in the northern states that you're not really going to typically find too much around this part of these states, If you're looking to catch some, black crappie, bluegill, or largemouth bass, well, pretty much any, lake or pond that you can find, they're there. Yeah, I know, Minnesota looks like a cool state too. I mean, hell, bro, I'm sure all 50 states have got a decent spot to, fish in. It's just, making the time to explore all of them, and I don't got much going on. I don't got, kids and stuff, but, I got dogs and a house to look after, so sometimes, getting out of town's easier said than done. Oh yeah, crappie. Crappie's my favorite panfish to catch. I mean, I won't lie, bluegill are gonna fight 10 times harder, peel some drag potentially. But crappie, it's just rewarding, especially when they're super colored up. I got a short on my channel somewhere. I think it says like 3 slabs, 3 casts, and that was earlier this spring. The super clear water lake I was fishing at. So these fish are just, I mean, the colors on all the fish there are incredible, the bass included. But the crappie that I caught, 3 slabs, 3 casts. I mean, kind of dead giveaway there. But yeah, just the blackest fish, nice bluish purple tint coming across. I mean, oh man. Oh, I heard that, Jada. I was sitting at home doing nothing, and I knew this was, not going to be a easy task to come down here and catch a fish tonight, but I figured I'd give it 2 or 3 hours, The real goal is to wake up at the crack of dawn and get out to a little more secluded spot. But this is about 5-10 minutes away from my house, so, beats sitting inside watching YouTube all night. Nothing against anybody sitting inside watching YouTube all night, that is. I'm gonna set this down. I gotta check some stuff. Hell, actually, I'll just take you with me. It ain't gonna hurt. Got this bucket up here in the shade. Hopefully they're doing good. This is my goldfish. I had some big chubs, but they died off right away, so I re-bucketed them. Didn't want them to pollute my, I work at a tire shop, yeah. Manage one. Worked there for 11 years now. Pretty much started managing it 6 months into my job. So it's hard on the body, so hopefully here next handful of years or two I'll give up the labor side of that career and maybe turn into somewhat of a salesman or something. But I live day by day, so that's just kind of a pipe dream for me right now, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you, 30 years old, about to be 31, and working there for 11 years, I can already see the toll it's put on my body. Show you some of the gear I'm using. I just got this pole earlier this year. It's an Ancient Mariner. Albatross, probably that's the model or something. Kind of went with this bright color just to kind of, stand out. Got the old Akuma 50-pound braid. I don't remember what model it is. I know it's a 6000 though, for sure. But yeah, just 50-pound braid on that. I got the old B&M fishing. Then I got, the Bass Pro Special on that. Offshore Angler, 6000, 50-pound braid. And the real Bass Pro Special, the old King Cat. And you can hate all you want on these King Cats, but these things, they stand a testimony. Me and a buddy have used them for years, and he's caught 30 plus pound fish on these with a 6,000 series reel just like that, with the 20 pound mono they come with. I have mine switched over 50 pound braid, but I run 50 pound braid on everything. Ooh, something just dingled a little bit as I walked away. I'm gonna set this down just in case something happens. It is super windy right now too, so I wouldn't be surprised if that wind just knocked the bell a little bit. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, brother. Yeah, dude, no. People, it's funny, they think, like when you're in the mechanics trade or automotive trade side of things, tires are kind of a look down on thing or whatever. The beginner entry level thing or whatever. But yeah, just like you said, so my previous boss, he started this whole company and he ran it for about 45 years, and he was, definitely a self-made millionaire a few times over. And he just sold it about 3 years ago to my current boss, who, had to, pull probably a few loans and stuff. So he's not there yet. But yeah, used tires, that's exactly what we sell too. We sell new, obviously, but used tires is definitely a hot money maker. But we also work on semis, so we sell used semi tires as well. And that is a real money maker. Easy, quick cash. And we even have a really nice Hunter tire machine that can do the semi tires, so you don't even have to do the manual labor. Oh, heating and AC, yeah. Oh, I mean, everything can make money on cars, but so our shop strictly just does the tires and tires only. Just keep simpler tools, easier on finding help and stuff, because it's not a super hard task once you figure it out. Oh, trust me. I've helped make the company money every year for sure that I've worked there, more and more. I get monthly bonuses, and I'll tell you, my yearly income has gone up every year that I've worked there, so I'd say I'm doing good. I'd really like to catch a fish. I don't want to stay here all night. I know it's only 8:30, but I want to get back home, let my dogs out. Well, I'm gonna check these baits again here. A couple minutes. Probably give her another half hour, and then I'm gonna send her. Yeah, this spot that I'm fishing, it's just ridiculous how much trash is here too. And you could pick all this stuff up today and somehow come back tomorrow and restocked up. Spit on the bait? Yeah, no shit. Should put some kind of special sauce on it. I'm waiting for this big old log to finally get out of this big whirlpool right here and set sail down the river. But it's been spinning in this pool right here the whole 2 hours I've been here so far. Trying to figure out you post any videos there, Jay? Nothing wrong with that. I like to just fucking make some videos just for, you know, kind of my own enjoyment, really. No intention to try to go viral or anything like that. That's a pipe dream as well, you know what I mean? If you could fish all day, every day, I mean, I'd take that opportunity, but nah. I'm okay working for what I get. I like to go back in the winter months and in my free time and reminisce on the times I had out on the water with my friends and stuff. So it's kind of like I said, for my own personal pleasure. I'm a goofy dude. I also I use disposable cameras and take pictures all the time and document just, you know, day-to-day opportunities and whatever stuff happens. Broke your back, paralyzed? Oof. Damn, brother, how did you break your back? Damn, brother. I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. Every reason now them damn fish should bite. This fish could be for you, Jay. I gotta take a drink, though. Almost looks like my far pole is just bouncing a little bit. It is. Should have gave it more time. Gave it more time. Probably would have took it. There's still a little bait on there. I don't know if you saw me, but they're doing a little crackhead dance, but it's because I'm getting freaking tore up by a fly.
What the fuck was that? Thanks, old Jay. Trying to get them likes. I ain't even self-promoting like that. Thanks, brother. I don't know if y'all saw that though. I really put the bait on, came over to wipe my hands so I could check the other poles, and that thing was bumping. I don't know what's going on right now. A little bit of a rhymer, eh? Nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna check these other ones though. I can't tell if they're getting bumped or what. I let that one sit for a couple more minutes. I might have instantly got bait robbed on that thing. It was moved quite a bit. Come on, baby. I'm out here in Iowa, Paul. Not bad, not bad. Where are you from, bud? A little boater action. I ain't paying attention. I'm reading the chat. Yeah, shit. Florida? Yeah. Well, definitely a lot bigger fish in Florida for sure. There's big fish in Iowa. Just you gotta, put the time in and effort, and you'll eventually catch them. But if you're looking for, double-digit fish, it's gonna be a catfish. You know, typically, you're not gonna go catch a double-digit bass any day of the week. I'm gonna do the walk through the line real quick and see if I can. Yeah, no, that's what I hope for, Jay. Once these waves come through, after they come through and set, I'm gonna check lines, man. Do the walkthrough. Yeah, no, people say looking for boyfriend. Well, you better scroll on there, Paul. We're looking for fishing buddies, no butt buddies. Sorry, bud. Nothing against it, but definitely took that chat for a spin there, my guy. But yeah, if they say barge after bite, I say barge after boat. I mean, hell, anything, baby. The waves are hitting. Old Paul killed the chat there. Sorry, guys. Things get weird when Paul hits. Last option, big bait, big fish. For real, brother. That's what I'm looking for, some pole bending. I don't know if you saw the size of that bait. Yeah, I'm gonna set y'all back down. I gotta go check on my bait. that's maybe something in the future there, Jay. Autumn, tell Gage he ain't missing nothing. Only thing he might have missed was hitting the old fish whistle a time or two, if you know what I mean. Come on, boy. Little boater action. Yeah, once the sun gets past those buildings, I'm gonna give it a toss in the towel. Call her quits. Oh yeah, brother. Yeah, I've been looking into maybe making a little design, making my own little shirt or something, but it's one of those things, you know.
It's not a lot of money, but it's just one of those things where you just, you feel like it is at the time, even though you probably spend the same money 10 different ways on Amazon. At least I do.
Well, that's all she wrote, boys. Thanks for tuning in, helping me watch my polls. Hope to catch you next time. See ya.